Waters of Freedom with your hosts, Matt Wright and Mohammed Shaker.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the Vanguard. For Mohammed, I'm now 49 in Muslim years, Shaker. I am Matt Wright, and together we are traversing the muddied waters of freedom.
And I'm here, so.
And sorry, Mohammed gave me a weird look, and I was just like, I'm not going to say anything because he's expecting it.
No, I'm not expecting anything. I was going to wait for you to say what's going on, man.
I know.
So then for me to put a dip in and ignore you.
Right. So let us welcome onto our show one of the newest members of the Muddied Waters of Freedom team.
Yep.
Miss Zuri Davis.
Hi, that's me. It's the answer that I currently respond to. Or that's the name. Wow, I messed that joke up already. Let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Welcome. We are so glad you are here. I played a you're down from Nashville right now. So I played my dear friend Ayla Brown at the beginning, which I'll also play at the end for those who listen to us. And because you're here, and God bless Nashville, the greatest city on earth.
Technically, I'm supposed to say yes, since it's my city now.
Right.
But it really is awesome, and I just moved there in December, and it's really great, and there's a lot to do, and most importantly, there are a lot of breweries and stuff, so that's keeping me pretty entertained for now.
Yes. There are a lot of breweries in Nashville.
Yeah.
No, I've never been there. Are there more breweries there than here?
Yes.
So why is Florida known for all the microbreweries and all that?
They are very well known for that in Florida.
Oh, so there's a difference between brewery and microbrewery.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
Yes. And
I'm the Muslim, so.
right. And Tennessee arguably is most famous for something that I used to consider my best friend.
Obviously.
Jack Daniels.
That I feel like that says a lot about your personal life, and that's okay, because we all grow.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about how I'm sober however many years at this point now all the time. But no, Jack Daniels was my best friend. I love Jack. Jack and I spent a lot of time together. I went to the distillery in
Lynchburg?
Thank you. In Lynchburg. I was always drunk. I went to the distillery in Lynchburg a bunch of times. And they can't serve alcohol at the distillery.
Yeah, I heard it was a dry county.
Yeah, it's a dry county. You cannot buy Jack Daniels where they make Jack Daniels. So we used to get hammered on the way down. And then we would go on the tour, and they didn't have bathroom breaks, so we would always try to sneak off to go to the bathroom somewhere, which apparently is very illegal or against their policies. I don't know. You may pee in their water. I don't know. I don't know. They get mad about stuff. And then after you go through, they give you lemonade.
Nice. Well, okay. That's random, but I have to say, I love alcohol in Nashville because everything's very Southern inspired. So there's a winery that I went to a few weeks ago, and I keep on forgetting the name of it, but they have this sweet tea, but wine, just because sweet tea is everywhere. And there's even a moonshine distillery in the mall, and they're iced tea moonshine, and it's wow, that's very Southern.
I've been to the moonshine one.
Yeah.
I have the coin from it in my room right now.
So I have a hat, so I wear it whenever I drive in the country, because I don't want people to make assumptions about me, so I just put on some country music and put my moonshine hat on, so I'm just yeah, I'm one of you guys. Don't worry.
There's a place, God, I don't remember the name. Okay, so you know where ML Rose is on Melrose?
Yes, I do. Okay, I'm still learning.
I know.
The layout.
It's the burger place that sells the craft beers and stuff, and they've got the beer garden in the back.
They have a Frederick Douglass statue, or mural in the back.
Yeah. So across the street from that, there is a craft beer place, and it's not a bar, but it's not like just a beer store. I spent 3 birthdays there.
Consecutively?
Yeah.
Oh, were they all your birthdays?
Yes.
Okay.
They were all my birthdays. I spent 3 birthdays at that place. I loved that place. And we would just go in the back and play darts and just drink craft beer all day long. And I had a great time at that place. And they closed at like 10. And I was always like, okay, I'm going to go home. And then people were like, no, you're going out. And I'm like, no, but I'm already. All right, let's go. Just give me some Jack. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank God for Uber and Lyft nowadays.
Right?
Yeah. It's moral of that story. Don't drink and drive.
That's right. Don't drink and drive, especially in Nashville, especially on 21st Avenue, because the speed limit goes from 35 to 25 without much of a warning, and they will pull you over, and they will arrest you.
Speaking from personal
experience. Once you get like past Vandy heading back up toward the highway, careful, because it's going to drop on you real quick, and you won't know it. I even passed that field sobriety test, and he still arrested me. I was so mad. He was like, man, I wouldn't have known you were drunk if you didn't reek of alcohol. I was like, oh, how about you not arrest me? No, he did. And then he was like, let's give you the breathalyzer. And I was like, all right. And I was like, what do you think it's at? And he was like, you're double the legal limit. I was like, I doubt it. And he was right. Oh, yeah, we have to thank Low Tide.
Thank you, Low Tide.
Thank you, Low Tide Kava Bar, for the kava that we drink on this and every episode of the show.
It's like the realest sponsorship right now.
So make sure, also make sure to, since you're new to this, make sure to.
You got to stir that bottom part because.
I know, it's like kombucha. I'm cultured, you guys.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm cultured. I'm okay with drinking dirt. 'Cause I'm a millennial.
Right. Because millennials are okay with drinking dirt. Which is good because most of them are socialists, so they're going to have to be okay with
That's
that.
That's true.
All right. Boo.
Bula.
I just learned this. Bula? Okay. I still, I technically forgot what it means, but.
To long life and good health.
Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot to fit into one word.
It is a lot to fit into one word. That is true. So, any big news this week from you, Muhammad, personally?
I turned 49.
You turned 49. Yes, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Yeah,
good birthday. Everybody
you
was
turned
there.
49 in Muslim years.
Yeah, Muslim years. Yeah.
Right, which is much different than American years. Right.
Yeah, everyone's all like, oh, enjoy your 20s. You're about to be 30. I'm like, I don't even care. That's just me, though. I don't really care about age.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying.
I just want to say though.
Welcome to the show, Zuri.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say it. Florida's child marriage laws. They need to be reformed because someone put them on the books and then never updated them, and now there's technically no legal limit for how young you can marry someone, and it's that. It wouldn't be a problem if people didn't exploit it, but the issue is people do exploit it. And I know it's a libertarian show, and there's the whole divide over laws like that, but that's the side where I'm yeah, the government can tell people don't marry 4-year-olds.
I have to say that it's only a problem in the Libertarian Party, not for the rest of us.
It's the only thing that'll get you booed off a stage, but yeah.
I mean, it's not the only thing.
Well, I guess, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm trying to,
You could also say, no, I don't think that we should sell heroin to 5-year-olds.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I was
what was the other one? Yeah, okay.
Right.
That's okay. I still have, a lot of love for y'all, so it's okay.
I'm not okay with people marrying 4-year-olds. I'm really not.
Thank you. I'm really happy. I would walk out of this house right now. And I would never come back.
I'm 100% not okay with people going, I'm going to marry that 4-year-old right there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Not okay with that.
Yes.
So, yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Sorry you can't marry a 4-year-old.
It's okay. I have goats.
Okay. Just gonna...
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever Muhammad says, please don't come after me because I didn't say it. So,
Yeah.
Man, we are like the United Colors of the Muddied Waters.
Yeah. White, bronze, and the color that the color that does not crack.
first of all, it's the coconut oil. That's what you have to tell people.
Oh, man, I thought it was jeans.
I mean, that too, so. I mean,
Are they the apple bottom jeans?
this is the Florida education. This is Florida education.
I went to school in Virginia.
Okay, well, you're here now, so.
That doesn't mean I was educated here.
No, it's like the power, what is it, like osmosis or whatever? So it's like you're here, so now you're like sucking up all of like the energy here, and that includes the Florida education.
So, okay, so what my theory on that would be I came here and the education that I had, all the intelligence I had, got dispersed amongst everybody in Florida.
First of all, it's not like The Giver, like at the end, reference to whatever. But also, my mom has
You've
this
seen
theory.
that?
Okay,
I haven't seen it.
Okay,
I have
yeah.
no idea what she's talking about. But
It's that book I told you about that
I
was
know.
like very
You
anti-communist.
it's a classic. It's perfect. You should read it, and then you should watch the movie
Yeah.
because Jeff Bridges is perfect, and the like adaptation is good. But yeah, my mom has a theory that the Florida sun like does something to like our brains, and that's why like Florida Man exists and just bad drivers and all that stuff. So,
I obviously.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Florida Man's the greatest superhero ever.
yeah.
I was gonna say. I mean, I have my own theory on Florida Man.
Okay. Shoot.
I believe it's all the goddamn Yankees that keep moving here.
I feel like they're all natives though. Like
No, there's like a lot of people from like New. I rail on people from the north like every other episode. Mm-hmm. So like
Oh,
all
wow,
the other people from because I want to deport them except for my friends and whatever. So like the people from New York, Jersey, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. I think that's them doing all that. And now that they're here, they're Florida people. But no, they're not.
I have a question. Virginia, is it north or south?
No, that's the South.
Is it though?
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're below that Manson-Nixon line.
We prefer to say person.
Technically, it's Mid-Atlantic.
We are the Mid-Atlantic.
That's only 'cause
according to
Northern
the
Virginia-
sports network that I used to watch when I was there. It's the Mid-Atlantic Sports Net.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume because you were our second guest a long time ago, so I'm gonna assume we have a lot more listeners now than before, and a lot. I know we have different regular
I don't know
ones.
if that's true.
Well, it's
I'm
especially
gonna say
online.
yes. because
Especially on
pro
Facebook.
Me, yeah.
Especially on Facebook, since we started going live, it's definitely a different set from what I can tell.
Right.
Would you mind telling us who you are? Tell us about how you're like the youngest person with all these degrees, and who you work for. Just tell us about yourself. You love Ron Paul, whatever.
Okay, well, there's my life story right there. Pretty much. But yeah, my name is Zuri Davis. If you didn't catch that in the beginning, I'll tell you now. Again, I don't know. But I graduated college when I was 18. Somehow, thanks to a
Holy
Florida
shit.
education. So I did that, and then I moved to DC right after. And then the longest job I ever had, only just because I'm like a young person.
Yeah, you're
was-
19 now.
I'm 22. Anyway, rude. So I wrote full time for Rare.us, and it was like a very liberty friendly publication, like on the politics side. And unfortunately, it no longer exists as of last month, and that's been very sad. So now I'm just trying to figure it all out. And now I'm like the average 22-year-old where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
Maybe I should move back
You
home
used
with
to
my
write really
parents.
geeky Liberty articles too, which I really liked.
Yes.
It's like I remember the Star Wars one that always comes.
Yeah, I wrote like a lot of Star Wars ones. I think my favorite was for Clint Eastwood's birthday. I wrote about his tenure as a mayor in California, and it was like a very libertarian, like one term. Just because the man was busy. But, like, if you don't know, and you should look it up, basically he ran, and after he, like, won, he, like, got rid of some draconian, like, ice cream law. And it was something crazy, like, you couldn't... Laws. Yeah, those are serious.
I really hate the government.
Whatever.
If we're going to be regulating anything,
it
should be ice cream.
So he got rid of that.
Equal opportunity for all ice cream.
And then I like it because he was very accountable. So even though he was, like, popular, obviously, and, like, shooting movies and whatnot, he would fly back once a week to be a part of the community meetings. And then he'd write, like, a column and everything. So, like, people knew what was happening in the town. And it was a very transparent, like, government. And it was amazing. So Clint Eastwood
for
totally
president.
run. Yeah, totally. I mean,
totally run for president.
his son, Scott Eastwood. Very attractive. So, so thank you, Clint Eastwood, for that.
Some would say he looks exactly like Clint 400 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. The good, the bad, and the ugly, like Clint Eastwood, is very fine. Like, he's very attractive.
That's weird. Muhammad was just saying that yesterday.
God.
Well,
he was like, "Have you seen the good, the bad, and the ugly?" I was like, "Yeah, of course."
like it just came out yesterday.
He had a bunch of kava, and he was like, "You seen that?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And he was like, "Yeah, I just watched it the other day." And Clint Eastwood, dear God, my pants got tighter.
This is too much. Anyway.
Wait. So, also, this happened after I met you. I think it happened after I met you. So this was after CPAC.
This is after
2015.
I knew that I met you, or before that I knew that I met you.
We were Facebook friends because that's when I found out about it. Did the Fox thing happen after CPAC?
Yeah, it did. I just now have to think of the timeline.
It did, right?
Mm-hmm, it happened
because I remember you
after.
posting screenshots, and then I remember later seeing a video of you. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Okay.
Please.
So if you know me, it's certainly no secret that I was a big Rand Paul fan for the 2016 election.
As a black woman?
So, and because people have the preconceived notions that they have and hold certain stereotypes, someone kind of shaded me. That's nice. I get to use this word, and I just love saying shade. By the way, this is just tangent. But someone shaded me online. And
wait, you're gonna go off on a tangent on this show? That's so weird.
I already went off. I'm back on track now. I'm off the tangent. So, but yeah, so they told me that because I was a black woman, I couldn't support Rand Paul because he was a Republican. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I technically am still a registered Republican, not because I want to be. Now it's because of laziness, because I should switch it over. But back
to
then,
what?
It'd be nice if I didn't have to register as anything, because I don't want to be anything. Mm-hmm. Just because my political beliefs don't fit with the party, and the party they would be closest to has some issues on the national level that I feel like we were joking about earlier. But there are great people in the LP who are working to fix that. So y'all are awesome if you're trying to work with what's there.
I am also a member of the NPA party. I am a registered NPA.
I feel like this is a joke.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I was registered Republican, and I switched to Libertarian Party of Florida, and then last year I switched to non-party affiliate.
Oh, NPA. Okay, I heard M, and I was like,
NPA.
What can that be?
Non-party. I'm a non-party affiliate because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to any of the parties.
Yeah, I would like to change it, but okay. Long story short,
Too late.
I know, right? Sorry, I'm taking
Muhammad
30
is
days
so bored,
to finish.
He's playing on his phone.
No.
Anyway,
somebody was saying something about Zuri, so I was just looking at it. Somebody wanted to apologize, but I'll show it to you later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well. But yeah, so thanks to Rare and my old boss, Jack Hunter, big shout out. He's awesome.
I invited him to watch the show, so we'll see if he. I don't know what he's doing right now.
He's currently not.
Okay.
I'll talk to him about that later. Jack,
Okay.
shame on you. But he, he and like another writer at the time, Kevin Boyd, shout out to you. They both encouraged me to write about why I supported Rand Paul. So at the time, I was just starting to learn about criminal justice reform and get more interested in that. Economics are a big issue for me, especially as a Black person. I was bald at the time. So, I went to a barber shop and, I just saw the impact that barber shops had in the Black community. So it's things like that. I thought that people should be free to have businesses that benefit their community without the government taxing, their livelihood away, you know?
Right.
Or regulating things that didn't need to be regulated.
Straight up making it where it's illegal to even do the thing.
Pretty much. So,
Right. Like you need a license to hair braid.
Yes.
yeah.
Didn't Tennessee just had a lawsuit about that?
So the Institute for Justice and
whoop.
the Beacon Center, super awesome. So they helped shed light on that issue and then fight for hair braiding legislation. But
Yeah.
I specifically the Beacon Center too, in Nashville.
The Beacon Center is amazing.
They're
a
amazing.
great organization.
They're the Tennessee version of IJ. It was awesome to see them work and do things, but because I had those types of views, Rand Paul was pretty much the only one talking to Black people at the time, and that was Democrats and Republicans. Hillary Clinton didn't even do her HBCU outreach until after Rand Paul had already done it. So,
And he'd done it a few times, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was the one going into barbershops and stuff. So that really stood out to me. Plus,
Well,
he
it's
was
all that hair. That could be what it was.
You know what? Us curly-haired people have to stick together. So
Yeah.
I will defend his hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
I know.
But yeah, and then I've never liked. No, that's not true. When I started to become more libertarian and less of a party person, that's when I stopped liking those big promises of, oh, I'm gonna keep taxes low, foreign defense is good, all that stuff. He said more than just the general platitudes, so I really appreciated that too. So basically, I wrote all of that in the article, and then someone at the Blaze picked it up, and then Fox News picked it up, and they asked if I wanted to go on and talk about it. So, and then I got a job with Rare. So,
Yeah.
and that all happened within 3 weeks.
Wow.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. He also shot up the tax code with an AR, which was just awesome.
Yeah.
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 That was amazing.
Wait, no, wait.
He had a chainsaw,
The chainsaw.
and a flamethrower.
I think, but he did do the AR as well.
No,
The one he did for the campaign was a chainsaw, though.
He did a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
He did a couple of different ones.
Oh, you didn't play it.
What?
Rand Paul.
No, I didn't play it because I can't get it to stop playing.
Oh.
I can't get it to stop playing our music afterwards. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to figure that out later. I don't know. But yeah, so really glad. So she's now, we swooped in. Rare unfortunately went away.
Let's take it over.
But we swooped in
You're
and
gonna take it over.
we grabbed Zuri. You were just okay, let's get her. Let's get her now.
Yeah.
That's not how that went at all.
No.
She actually came to us.
So the real story is, I last minute was let me drive 10.5 hours to see my family, and then yesterday morning I called Muhammad and I was like, happy birthday. Also, what are you doing later today? Because I'm kind of close to you and we should hang out. So, and then I had kava for the first time and met cool bearded people. If you like beards,
Yes.
if you like beards, move to St. Pete because everyone's bearded except for Muhammad and Matt. What the heck, you guys? How do you live here?
I was looking for a job.
Okay, with the exception of these two baby-faced people, there are a lot of beards here, a lot of tattoos. It's a great city.
I was a top 10 bearditarian in 2016. I'm just saying.
There are like 30 libertarians like in this world, so good job.
I almost made that cut. Yeah. Okay.
We should get Tom Woods to grow a beard.
I think I'm willing to bet that Tom Woods is like me.
Oh.
Are you saying you can't grow a beard?
I can't.
No.
Wow,
That's why we don't judge him on it.
I feel like we need to reevaluate our friendship then. Because
Oh, you don't like people who are the
He
next
can't
step of
choose
evolution?
He's got those weak Nazi genes, not those strong Arabic ones with the anti-crusader beards.
I didn't realize.
Not even German.
You look it.
That's not my.
Okay, that's a stereotype.
Thank
Yes!
you.
Wrong.
Thank you.
That's a little racist, actually.
I know.
You have to stereotype. Everybody stereotypes.
You don't have to.
You don't have
can
to
choose
stereotype.
So do you
not
walk
to.
into every single situation ever without any judgment?
I try. Okay, first of all, as like the only black person in like groups for a while, like yeah, I try to because I know how much I hated when people would like come up to me and say things, and I'd be like, "Where did this come from? Like, why are you asking me these questions?" And like just assuming that I'm going to be on board with whatever you're saying. So yes, from personal experience, I don't like stereotypes, and they're awful, and they're only acceptable for non-bearded people. But other than that,
Yeah.
Yeah, people were always like, growing up, I was like, man, I wish, because when I went to school, sideburns were really popular.
this was 60 years ago.
He's flipping me off.
I gave him the finger expecting it from him, but I'm going to shift back slightly to you.
This is how they're treating like guests and stuff, and I feel like
You're
people
not a
don't
guest.
care.
You're not.
You work for us.
It's unpaid right now, and there's like
Right.
no
you are an
insurance and, like,
intern.
extra benefits. Wow, I'm like an unpaid intern with like zero benefits.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's how that works. Don't worry. So are we. But yeah, so like all my friends were growing sideburns, and I was like, man, I wish I could. My dad said, don't hold your breath.
They have them. Maybe you could get like hair plugs. On your
No,
face.
I'm not doing that.
Oh my god.
You could get like a weave.
I could. As a beard.
Yeah.
Don't you need hair to weave it too?
Oh my. Okay. First of all, you guys, let me tell you about weave. First of all,
You
can
wonder why
do-
people stereotype.
You can do whatever you want to. Like hair wise, all you need is like glue. If there's nothing to attach it to, that is a real thing. Not like Elmer's glue, but there is like wig glue. Whatever. It exists. Anyway. Moving on to the next thing.
Speaking of stereotyping, did you guys hear about what happened in that one Starbucks?
That was the best segue you've ever done.
I know I suck at the segues.
So
I usually make something up, and I'm just like, speaking of that, it's just like makes no sense.
That was really good. That was smooth, actually.
that was in Philadelphia, correct?
Yeah, I thought we should get that one out of the way.
That's
so.
fair. In the overly racist town of Philadelphia, which, if you've never been to Philadelphia,
It is very like, not like segregate. What's the word?
It is segregated.
it's segregated.
Okay, I mean, like, yeah,
No.
not like government wide, but like people do it to themselves.
Though.
Yeah. No, like, and I'm
It's a tribal thing.
I'm gonna clarify this by saying that I love Philadelphia. I think it's a great city. I love it.
I'm just kidding.
I love Philly.
Just kidding.
And my sister lives in Philly, and she lives where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was born and raised.
West Philadelphia.
Born and raised
Okay.
on a playground.
Yeah.
So she lives in West Philly, and West Philly is primarily an African American community. I've never had any issue going there. Like, I've always loved it. It's a great time going to West Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I think about Philly, I'm never like, that's weird. Philly seems like a non-racist community.
Mm-hmm.
And then Starbucks.
Yeah.
And then Starbucks happens.
Yeah, that's awkward.
So, I mean, we're not hating on Philly.
I'm
Sorry.
just kidding. Let me not say anything.
Right.
Philadelphia's fine.
Right.
Pennsylvania is beautiful.
Philadelphia is a great, wonderful city.
It actually, I truly believe that Philadelphia should have remained the nation's capital. I think DC sucks in every single way, and I think it should have stayed in Philadelphia. So there you go.
Minus the cherry
Philly.
blossom trees.
They're not even native to DC,
Don't
so you
care.
can literally plant those anywhere. But okay.
The Cherry Blossom Festival is a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps.
But yeah, so I don't know where in Philadelphia this Starbucks is located. I've been all throughout Philly, and I mean it's a city, so I've been to all of it, the entire thing. I can tell you where to get the best cheesesteak. That's about it, and it's not at Pat's or Gina's, and but it's not.
Are you starting like fights in the comments? Because
No.
I feel like people are telling you, no, this is the best.
No.
No, not yet. I'm hoping.
Okay.
But so I don't know where this Starbucks was, but I don't get okay, I have gone to many Starbucks in my life, and I have sat there and I have when I was a real estate agent, I waited for clients to show up.
Yeah.
You know, when I was dating, which hasn't happened for a while, still single.
He's no longer married, ladies. He's like really fun. His bathroom is clean and his house is clean. So
I haven't
lots
been
of
married
pluses.
in so long.
Yeah, lots of pluses, y'all.
Lots of pluses, tons. But yeah, so man, I totally forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, so when I would meet people at Starbucks, I would wait for them to get there before I went and ordered, because that's polite.
Yeah.
And nobody ever asked me to leave, so I'm wondering what was going on at this Starbucks that they did this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it happens every single day in every single Starbucks. So you're right. What happened there?
Right. And I mean the police chief of police of Philadelphia.
I'm not even saying any. I'm not even saying
I know
anything yet.
I was very curious. But yeah, the chief of police said that he actually shouldered some of the blame, and he goes, "We made this worse." And I was like, "Well,
I don't know, but he has to respond.
But he also could have just been like, "Hey guys, don't arrest them. Just be like, hey, how about you just step off property till your person
Yeah.
Not saying that I agree with it, but private property is private property. Totally 100% on with that. But he said that he didn't blame his police, and he said that they didn't do anything wrong. He was like, I should have said they didn't do anything outside the law, which would have been a better way to phrase that.
Yeah.
I agree with him on that.
Yeah.
And I do think that they perpetuated it a little bit with the way that they acted in that situation.
Yeah.
You have to be much closer to the mic.
Okay. I know that some people might disagree with me on this, but first of all, I guess I have to preface like I do each and every single time. I've never been a liberal person. I've never been a progressive. I have voted for a Democrat once, but it's because he was running against another Democrat. I have no issues with those people, but that's just not how I identify politically. So when I every time I start talking about race, people are like, "Oh, you're just a progressive," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." I just have different experiences than other people.
Yeah.
And
Which Democrat did you vote for?
I was 18. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
That was 4 years ago.
It was like a local.
Oh, okay,
like,
gotcha.
election.
Okay, I was like going.
No, well, so I'm from like the bluest county or the second bluest county in Florida, so like it would make sense though,
Right.
like but like I don't know. I always go back to I got a speeding ticket like last month, but thankfully like the officer is nice enough to like lower the charge because I was like really nice to him. But whatever. But I remember the first thing he did when he came up to me, and this was like near Christiansburg, Virginia. Is that what it's called?
Could be.
I don't know. I was trying to.
Sounds like Virginia.
That sounds like a city in
Yeah,
Virginia.
I was speeding back to Nashville, and it was like the middle of the night. So whatever. But like the first thing he told me was that the interaction was being recorded, like with a body camera. And then I think part of the reason why he was so nice to me was because my hands were shaking. And like not and the reason why is because it's not even like he gave me cause to be that way, and I greatly appreciate him for like being nice to me and giving me all those assurances. But like I have had people call me like I had a friend call me while she was driving to DC from Georgia because an officer told her he smelled weed in her car, and she's like, if you knew her, you'd be like, there's no freaking way that like she would even be close to that. And like he told her that, and then he like searched her car, and it was just her and like her cousin, and they were like all alone on the road, you know. So it's like, and then I hear like some other people's experiences who don't look like me, and they joke about like, you know, being sassy with like police officers and like just doing things like that. And I'm just like, I could never imagine acting like that.
I'm gonna say this: I've been arrested a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
Sassy doesn't work for me.
No, I mean,
It usually ends up with me in handcuffs.
yeah, and you know what? And I feel like that could be another thing too, because these were women, and I feel like if you're like a guy, like it's gonna be different. So it's just like something as simple as like my experience with like an officer just like giving me a speeding ticket was very like there was some tension, and like a lot of words had to be said for me to know that I was safe, and even for him to know that he was safe. Like when he told me to get my license and registration, I like told him like, oh well, like it's in my purse, may I grab it? Like it's in my like car, like in this car part, may I please like move my hands off the wheel? Like it was that. And then like other people who like who haven't seen like some of the same like interactions, even like up close and like personal, like they don't act that way. So all of that to say, I feel like people have different life experiences, and it isn't always about race, but sometimes there are racial things that some people do experience and other people don't. And like the whole Starbucks thing, the reason why it's so frustrating to a lot of people is because you can say that you've sat at a Starbucks waiting for people and no one's ever come up to you.
I was not defending Starbucks in this even once.
I'm definitely like not saying that, but
Okay.
I'm saying for the people who are just like, I don't understand why like people are saying it's race thing, but it's like, okay, like can you even imagine them like doing that? It's like a group of white people and it's like these are just like black people minding their own business, and when you see interactions like that, it makes you wonder, like when you go out in public, do people think that you're up to no good just because like your skin's a little bit darker? Like do people
I don't have that problem even a little bit.
Yes.
People
Not at
don't
all.
look at him and say, people don't look at me and go, oh, his skin's dark. Nobody has ever accused me of that once.
But I feel like
But there were times where people saw me
Yeah.
in my youthfulness, where people saw me and they were like, that guy is,
A racist.
yeah.
no.
Not yes. Shut up, Mohammed.
So, Mo, I'm sorry, I gotta do this to you. You can't see it, but you're getting censored.
What just happened?
So
So I
peop-
feel like part of the censor is on. Okay, there we go.
yeah, no, he. So people would see me and they'd be like, oh, that guy's definitely trying, he's trying to do something. He's probably on drugs. They were probably right.
Yeah.
But they would still look at me and they judged me based on my appearance. But I mean, they were 100% accurate on me being on drugs.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I was going to try to rob them.
Yeah.
So but again, it was, I can't even come close to claiming to say that I understand the plight of the minority people, the people who have darker skin tones than me.
I mean, it's like little things too. Like, Mom, you're so late. But like even today, I went to like a baby shower with my mom and my sister, and my mom was mad because we were like late, and she was like, "We're gonna be the only black people there, and like we're late," and it's like a stereotype, and just like I don't know, like you have to be mindful of it, but literally again, it's not just like racial. Like as men, you have to be mindful of stereotypes. Like if you're wearing like I don't even know, like certain shirts, like socialism sucks. Like you have to be mindful of like the way people perceive you. So it's like all people have perceptions for all things.
What?
It's just some of them are racial and like
Socialism
it really
sucks. He hates nationalist socialists.
I do. I hate Nazis.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I feel like you were waiting for me to be like, okay, Zuri, like, where do you stand on that?
How do you feel about Nazis?
Well, okay, but what's to say? What's to say that right now there are not plenty of African Americans across the country sitting waiting without purchasing anything at a Starbucks, or we haven't heard anything about the white dude or two white guys that were kicked off out of the Starbucks for the same exact reasons that never made national media. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I think it is fair. Oh, just kidding. But like I think it is fair to say that. And I think it's wrong to say that like people don't have their own experiences, like, and that white people don't have their own. Like that's dumb. Like everyone falls victim to some sort of like perception, but it's just. I think it's very sensitive when you see something like black people being affected by it, because like this country does have like the history that it does.
Yeah.
And it like it's not even like it happened all that long ago. Like my grandparents were alive and they were like young people when it happened. Like my parents, they were born just after that, but they still felt like lingering effects from that time. So it just hurts to see like. It for a lot of people, it feels like it didn't really go away, and that hurts when you feel like every time you walk outside, people are just dehumanizing you, just because of how you look. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying.
I
Yeah.
know that's not like very popular with like the people and like a lot of people in our political circle. I don't care because a lot of those people don't have to live life like that. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to understand, ask someone why they feel that way. And I don't know.
Well, because, you're right about the whole everybody having their own experience thing. Because, like, we were talking about this offline. When I was in Alabama, I had my Springfield XDM 9mm on me. And Alabama is not like Florida when it comes to carrying a firearm in your vehicle. Here it's okay. There it's not. And I think within the first month I was there, I was pulled over because I was following too close to a 18-wheeler or something. So I ran the light with it. So a cop pulled me over, and he was like a white Fayetteville police officer guy with the southern accent and everything to go with it. And
is that when you broke out the Confederate flag leotard? Or?
No, I got that from Tennessee.
Okay.
From some Yao people, actually.
Okay.
And the guy was nice to me, and I didn't get in trouble for it. Like, he apparently should have taken the gun from me or even arrested me for it.
Yeah.
But then it happened again when I got pulled over driving too close to another 18-wheeler.
Moral of the story.
I love 18-wheelers.
Don't drive so close.
Don't drive so close to 18.
I'm just trying to read the little stickers.
Oh my god.
You know, they're nice. It was raining, but following too close. This time was a black Alabama Highway Patrol officer.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, and he let me off with it. So like, I don't know. I was worried. Like, and this was 2015. Trump state. You know, Alabama was all Trump, and like, I didn't get in trouble for it. So like, it made me understand that not everybody in the South is a racist towards Arabic Muslim people.
Yeah.
It's just you.
That's not true. Again,
It's just-
one, I would like to have
That's not-
another
that's not what I
job
was
one
saying, by
day.
the way.
So this is not true, but whatever. Go ahead. Be quiet, Matt.
So
I
where
feel
were we?
like- Yeah, I think okay. So like the opposite of that, it's just so annoying because people just like take on extremes and it's frustrating. Like, no, you shouldn't think that like all people who look a certain way act a certain way, and you shouldn't think that like all people like hold the same stereotypes. You know, like, and it's just it's a very collectivist spin on the world. And you shouldn't do that because they're individual. There are exceptions to every stereotype, and because of those exceptions, this like everyone should be treated as an individual, and they should just be treated as a person until they give you like cause otherwise. You
So
know?
how would that work when I'm at an anti-tax rally, and a bunch of commies and wearing covering their faces with the masks, walking around with black flags and red flags, and they're breaking trash cans and yelling at
They're breaking
rich
trash
people.
cans.
Well, I feel like
They're flipping over Starbucks and breaking trash cans.
well, I feel like you just like gave yourself the qualifier there, where it's like they're actually doing something with their actions to show you like whatever. But I mean, like there are people that I know who identify with Antifa who don't.
That sucks.
I mean, not really. Like they're not. They don't beat people. They don't like destroy property.
As far as we
They
know.
just don't. I know. Like I actually know. They just don't like the alt right, and like until they actually like do some crazy
become
stuff.
the alt-right.
God, shut up. Anyway, like first of all, like I just met your like communist friend last night.
I know, I love Zach.
Oh,
And
Zach?
until he starts breaking stuff, like he's fine as a person.
I would not go that far.
I just met him last night, so never mind. Let me not do like a character like analysis, but I don't know.
I love Zach. He's not a good
me
person.
too.
But I
Never
love
mind.
Zach.
I take it back. There goes my point. Whatever. Anyway, like because people come from different schools of thought because of different experiences, and that should be understood, and those people should be engaged.
Mhm.
Like,
No, I agree.
so I don't know. It's like people who are like Republicans who are like, oh, I'll never be friends with a Democrat, and it's like, why? Like,
Yeah.
those people grew up in a certain world, and they had different experiences to bring them
Yeah.
there, just like you. So.
And they act like, well, this is the whole online thing. Like, you say whatever the hell you can't want online.
Yeah.
But, and I don't say shit like that, too, because I'm just like, why? I have a lot of Democrat friends.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, my family, do people not have families? No
Yeah.
family's 100% either or.
Yeah.
So it's, to me, I'm just like, what, you don't talk to your family? Which I
Yeah.
guess some people actually don't, but.
For like actual like real reasons though, not because like
Yeah, well, yeah.
like that's-
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a rule at home: no politics talk.
Mm-hmm.
Which for me makes me real quiet.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Get a
They-
hobby outside of politics. It's not all of that.
Yeah, there's
Just
only.
to
I mean,
work
there's
with
only
people.
like I can talk about sports for a long time, but
Oops, sorry.
after a while, I'm like, yeah, but did you guys see what's going on? No, but it's serious. No. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here, play
So
on my phone.
that's the like I don't think okay. I hate like the no politics rule. I just feel like don't be a douchebag. And, like, it's really easy to talk to people. Like, I tell people all the time, I went to the women's march, and I met, like, progressive women next to me, and they were pro-gun.
Mm-hmm.
And we just talked about, like, how awesome guns were. And, like, people were posting, or, like, people were messaging me, and they're like, oh, you went to the women's march? It must have been rough. And I'm like, no, I had a conversation about guns, like how great guns and motorcycles were the entire time. Like, just talk to people and be civil, and don't be, like, a
Right.
douchebag. So.
Yeah, and that's where the issue is for most families, I think, because you
Yeah.
already have that tension that's being a family.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is. It's real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially dependent upon the family. But it's like if you have trouble communicating as a family anyway, as most wasps do.
That's any family.
What the heck?
You guys don't get to own.
Hey, hey, give us something.
Give us. You guys have, like,
Don't give me the white privilege
you
thing.
have Journey. That's awesome.
Don't give us that either.
Journey's, like, awesome. Okay, this is a conversation for another time.
Right.
But
How about this? You can have Journey. We'll take Marvin Gaye.
no. The black delegation does not agree to that exchange.
Why not?
No. That's too far.
That's too big of a switch.
Yeah.
All right. Let me.
I feel like they're just, like, a lot of... I'm not hating on Journey. Again, literally.
But you just don't want them on your team. Got it.
No, they can be a part of my team, but we can't lose Marvin Gaye. We can have both. We can do both.
What about Al Green?
No. No. Anyway.
Everybody knows we need soul. You got to give us a soul singer.
First of all, there are soulful white people. If you don't believe me, go to England, because every time I listen to a song now and someone sounds black, I'm just like, wow, I bet that's a white British person. And it almost always is. So shout out to white British people. And, like, white people with dreads randomly have a lot of soul. So white people do have it.
Have you heard St. Paul and the Broken Bones?
No, I'm not that hipster. I feel very, like...
He's very hipster.
I can tell.
You should see his coffee devices.
Oh,
Oh, I've got so many coffee devices. So St. Paul and the Broken Bones, when I first heard them, somebody was like, okay. And they put a video on there. Said, close your eyes. And I went, okay. And then they hit play, and the guy started singing. And you got a mental image of everything? And I was like, yeah. And they said, okay, open them. And I opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, that's not what I was thinking even a little bit. That's about 180 degrees off. And it's like this dude is this fat white guy that looks like a frog.
fat white people, like, especially, okay, fat white people and southern white people, like, they are black people. Like, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
So, and they too have a lot of soul. Like, also, I thought the Black Keys were black when I first heard, like, their songs and stuff, and then I was like, oh, you guys are white guys from Ohio. That's cool.
You've been in Nashville 5 months now?
Yeah. Yeah.
4 or 5 months. Have you met the Black Keys yet?
No, so I thought only one of them lived there.
The
Dan,
drummer?
what's his face?
The drummer with the glasses?
No, I don't know. Whoever sings, whichever one Dan, his last name is stupid complicated. It's like very not English. So
I met the
it's hard
drummer
for me.
quite a few times.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised you haven't yet. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like he does, like, I always see him, like, on a list of shows, like, around Nashville, so maybe I should check it out. So, yeah. I'm trying to be more cultured in, like, other areas, so.
Okay. I've got a bunch of local bands you can go see. They're all friends of mine.
Of course.
And they all need.
Yeah, if you're moving to Nashville, just talk to Matt, because he knows everyone there. So he can, like, tell you all the places to go and everything.
Man, okay, so apparently since I left, which now has been 5 years ago, like roughly, this is going to be an estimate, probably a low estimate, 20,000 new places have opened up. And, like, I go back and people are like, oh, well, let's go to cinema, or let's go to Pinewood Social, or let's go. I know, I hear
Like,
that place is badass.
Real talk, best view in the city, because, like, you can see the bridge and the Batman building and, like, everything. If you, like, follow me on Instagram, I do have, like, a very, like, spiritual, like, just, like, one of those I'm sad and here's, like, my Instagram post But yeah, like I have a picture in front of it, and it's like so beautiful.
Oh yeah,
Go there.
I know the owner of Pinewood Social.
Of
Great
course
guy.
you do. Of course you do.
Great
So-
guy. His name
Also,
is Matt.
they have like Cuban coffee, and if you're like me,
Yep.
Cuban coffee, best coffee.
Yeah.
ever.
Okay, so actually this is actually going to be part of your interview process.
right now, we're
Right
doing
now,
it
right now, live on
Okay.
the air. What is the best coffee in Nashville? There's only one right answer, by the way.
So it's not fair because I've only been to Pinewood and like the Frothy Monkey twice. So I don't have like a real gauge yet, but I do
Say that
like
second
Cuban
one
coffee.
again?
Yeah, his eyes lit up.
Barely. Okay, I mean they're also cool though because they serve like alcohol and cocktails. The
Who?
Frothy Monkey. Yeah. Yeah,
That's new.
and they serve like they have like beer on tap. It's amazing.
That's new.
I mean, okay.
Got a
Wow.
frothy monkey sticker on my computer right
this
in
it?
front of you. Yeah.
But they would be better if they served Cuban coffee. And I
Okay.
stand by that. But the coffee art is like mad lit.
I'm friends
so-
with the managers.
Of course you are. Also, like,
I'll hit them
I need
up.
a job, so if you could like talk to one of them for me.
I'll text them right now.
Ooh, this is how all right, this is how you do. I'm like watching now to make sure.
Josh Vaught. There you go.
This is definitely
Sorry, I
not
didn't mean
written
to
down
dox
in
you.
the show notes. So.
No, no. I mean, we are pretty much gonna have to be at the end. We've only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
So
No, we did good.
Oh, that's funny.
we did the entire thing on race.
Hey, that's cool though. You know what? I hope people learn some things, and at the end of the day, ask a black person. Like, because I hate when people are like, "Why do black people blah blah blah," and then like never ask a black person why. So it's like, how are you gonna know the answer if you like never talk to us?
Is that like one of those BuzzFeed things where it's like 30 questions for white people, and it's like,
Yeah, Yeah, no. I mean, first of all, like, I like started off being a Republican in South Florida. So if you know anything about South Florida,
Marco Rubio.
it's a
That's all we need to know.
No, it's not. It's basically a giant retirement community. So I had like old white people ask me the most like out of like left field questions about race, and I answered all of them because I feel like.
Wait, you
if
mean
you're gonna-
right field then?
No, it's out of left. Okay,
Because they're old retired Republicans.
no,
They're
yeah.
in right field.
Okay, there you go. Whatever. That's not how they say it on Love and Hip Hop. So I'm gonna go by that. But like, if people. I would rather people ask me a stupid question than like
Not ask.
assume and then like live by that for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just talk to them.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend about like racism and bigotry and all that, about like what a Muslim Arabic person might experience. And like when I see that certain people in this country have certain views about Muslims and Arabic people,
Yeah.
depending on their situation, half the time I can't blame them until I get them to ask the question or I talk to them myself. Because
Yeah.
when I think of small town Georgia, Alabama people that don't know anything except 9/11, and then the only thing they know about 9/11, or Muslims, the only thing they know about Muslims is 9/11.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They have a long
I don't know
and
what to-
storied history.
you know, yeah.
They do. They have a long and storied history.
hmm But people,
Culminating in
oh my God.
Oh my god.
But you know, I've had people reach out, me and a lot of my other like Arabic and Muslim friends in the movement. Like people have reached out. A lot of us when our stories go out and all that, people reach out. They're like, I didn't know there were Muslims like you, and I was like,
That's so annoying. But
it
yeah.
is, but I'm not mad about it because
Yeah.
they're realizing that there are Muslims like us.
I mean, in all fairness, every time you introduce yourself to somebody new,
yeah, it's funny.
100%,
It's hilarious.
It is funny, but you are also perpetuating the same idea.
On my Bumble account.
For anybody who doesn't know,
I want a screenshot of your Bumble
on my Bumble
by the
account,
way.
the there's in quotes it says I'm one of the safe ones.
yeah, every time he introduces himself to somebody, he's like, "I'm Muhammad. Don't worry, I'm one of the safe ones." Every time, and I laugh every time because he's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no comments. Well, again, I literally want to see your Bumble account.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling it up for you.
Also, I feel like as a woman, I can like help you
Oh, easy.
because like there are a lot of things that guys do on like Bumble and Tinder. It's just like, why did you put that in your profile? Like, who told you that was a good idea? So, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, read it and.
We're not going to edit. We've only got like a minute left.
That's
We're
fine.
not
That's
edit-
people enjoy this.
If you want to date Muhammad, what you need to know, on top of the fact that he's one of the safe ones and that he's American Egyptian, he is studying economics then nursing, period. Politically right, period. Not loves, but loves sci-fi, cats and dogs, heavy metal, the South, speak Arabic and English, period. Army combat medic veteran. I saw Muhammad save a guy's life last night because he cut his finger. And then his arm started tingling, and like Muhammad saved him right there in the middle of like a coffee bar.
Hey, speaking of dogs and cats, real quick.
Yeah.
Speaking of dogs and cats, in the new farm bill, there is an addition. There is an addition to it that will make it illegal for you to eat your dog or cat.
Damn it! Now I can't eat Jackie.
I know. We cannot eat our pets.
Damn it.
The government is making it so we cannot eat our dogs and cats.
Or it's more like, thank you, government. We would have been doing that otherwise.
I know. Like, why is this a law that we are passing?
Okay. Almost done though.
Okay. Yeah.
His
finish it.
profile is longer than that? Dear God.
It's not even the end. So he also likes. I like video games and geeky shit. He's old fashioned AF. He's old fashioned AF, and marriage and babies is the plan. I feel like it should be are the plan. Babies are the plan. Marriage and babies are the plan.
No.
I
I'm
feel,
not the English
Also,
major.
I feel like we're kind of already married, so I feel like this is you cheating on me, and I just found out on like
Oh,
the
this-
show.
This was a test.
Yeah, I'm like
I just
actually,
admit it.
We have a lot of things to talk about now. Counseling that I feel like we need to do after
You're
this.
not quitting, right?
No, I'm not quitting.
Okay, good.
But
Do you want me to fire Muhammad?
if you want to, I don't know. I kind of like the Eminem thing going on. Just got Eminem. But, like,
I know who he is, yeah.
Oh,
Look
I was
at me.
thinking the
Of
candy.
course I know who him.
I was thinking like the chocolate pieces, like
I know those
M&Ms.
too.
Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. So, and I think it'd be fun to just walk up to y'all and be like, "Oh, it's Eminem," like one day. I don't know. Anyway, that's Muhammad. He's single. He is like, I guess he mostly showers.
Dad bod.
I don't know. I don't see him every day. He is technically already in a relationship with me, but I will look the other way if you're like a good enough woman for
Rent him out.
Yeah, if you're a bad woman, you try to get with Muhammad, like I will fight you because Muhammad deserves a good woman.
TY.
Same with Matt. If you're like trying to get with Matt and you're not a good woman, I will fight you. But if you're
Actually,
a good woman,
Don't
awesome,
take
go for
that.
it.
Don't take that to heart. If you're not a good woman, call me. Trust me, you are right up my alley.
Matt needs a good influence in his love life. So
Matt just needs a good influence in his life.
that's true. I'm gonna mom you, like, and I don't care. Go ahead.
Oh. All right. So, Zuri, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Super last minute.
Super last
It was
minute.
fun.
I had a lot of
I
fun.
literally met her yesterday. I said, "You need to come on the show." I was going to drive back. No, you're not. You're coming on the show.
I thought we like met each other in real life once before.
Nope.
No.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yep.
What the heck?
Last night we broke the cherry. We did.
Because this is my first time seeing you in Florida.
No! Oh my god, you guys!
When did I see you here? I never seen you here.
No.
Wow.
You've been here before, and we've tried doing the same exact thing that's happening right now, but family.
Yeah, because I technically live. Well, I'm from like 4 or 5 hours south of
Yeah.
here, but I have some family that's like 2 hours away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Redneck Land.
Good old red.
So, like actual like Florida man land.
Yeah,
County?
yeah.
Yeah.
Winter Haven, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay. I dated a girl there once.
I feel like you told me this story, and I don't remember it being like positive.
It's okay.
So,
We are happy to have you as a member of the Muddied Waters officially.
thank you. I'm excited because y'all are fun, obviously.
Duh.
So,
Thank you.
duh. And you like
Duh.
you're just awesome people.
But
Do you think we can fill in this hole that Rare has left?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
all right, well that's good.
I'm pretty excited for that.
I am too. So yeah, again, thank you so much. We're gonna after we're done doing all the stuff that I got to do here because he doesn't know how. As soon as I'm done doing all
I'm
this,
just some guy. I'm useless as shit.
literally, I just ask him to hit stop on the recording, and
He did it.
and a lot of times he doesn't. He's like, I gotta pee, and I'm like, I don't care, man.
You should share the recordings as like a blooper reel or something. Yeah.
All it's gonna be every time is just me walking in front of the camera that way.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I totally forgot what I was fucking saying. I don't think we cussed on that entire episode till just then.
Well,
Oh, probably.
Mohammed's profile had a cursey in it.
Oh,
so.
did it?
I did.
AF.
Oh, AF.
No, you were like geeky stuff.
Oh, I said
I'm gonna
geeky.
censor
Oh,
myself now that I'm not actually reading it.
already ruined it. This show ain't going on radio.
Yeah, trust me. Last week was that last
If
week?
it was XM though,
Oh
I
yeah.
love how XM's like Netflix. XM to like FM is like Netflix to cable. So like you can drop like F bombs and stuff, and like people love it. Fun fact. Okay.
Okay. I would have said HBO, but you know.
I have HBO too. Everything's like sex.
Yeah.
And like an F word.
It was whichever one the last episode Taylor was on. She, like Muhammad.
Oh, 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago, Muhammad went right out the gate and was like, "Fuck that," and I was like, "Well, there goes our PG rating," and it was done.
Well, now like the F word, like it makes its way into PG-13 movies, which like I don't care about when I
It
go
was
to the
in
movies
PG
by
movies
myself.
back in the 80s. It was in Beetlejuice twice.
I didn't watch that because
you're
I
22.
don't like horror films.
It's not a horror film. It's a comedy.
No, I don't even like comedies that are like horror films. I don't like anything like clowns or like possessed people or like murders or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Whatever.
and
I have
that
to
was the
check
last
my own
time Zuri
closet
showed
door.
up on the episode.
Okay, I live alone now, so I have to check my own closet doors. And if I hear a bump in the middle of the night, I have to check it, and I can't send anyone. So yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Now I just stay in bed
That's why
because
you
I'm
need-
like, it's probably not.
That's why you need a gun. Just send some
I
lead
do
in that.
have a guy,
Put some lead in that closet.
and I'm not gonna shoot because I won't get my deposit back, and I need that.
No movement. Bam.
Oh my god! Trying to end these episodes is getting harder and harder.
I tried backing off, and then we kept on going.
I know.
So.
Okay, so do you have anything you'd like to pitch other than you need a job in Nashville, which I texted Josh about as I showed you?
If you, I was about to say, if you live in Nashville, I do need a job. I'm also like single, so like, again, if you have like a beard, it's like a plus. Also, like I don't know though, because I'm kind of in that phase where I'm like, dating sucks, and like guys kind of suck. No, not like you guys.
No,
but, like,
you're
all the
right.
Guys like
I know,
outside of y'all
yeah.
guys. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of
I have sisters, so I know.
Yeah, so I'm like definitely in that phase. Also, if you know of any cool places in Nashville to like hit up, and you're not Matt, if you're someone other than Matt and you have a recommendation for me, please send them my way. That's pretty much all I have.
All right, yeah, you can leave those in the comments on this
Okay.
show because it may be somewhere I've never been and want to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got anything else, Mom?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going into it. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. We all appreciate it. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Muddied Waters of Freedom. You can follow us on Instagram at Muddied Waters of Freedom. You can follow us on Twitter at Muddied_Waters. We are also on MeWe. I don't know how to find people on that, but I think if you just search our name, you'll find the group. So you can find us there. We are also on another new social media thing called Minds, M-I-N-D-S.
I didn't realize y'all had an Instagram, so I'm definitely following you.
Oh, yeah, we definitely got an Instagram.
Also, follow me back. Thank you.
Okay. So, yeah, just follow us on all the medias. Follow us on all the medias that are social. And also, again, thanks to Ayla Brown for letting us use her music on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You are a wonderful, amazing person, and I miss you and I love you.
Aww.
So precious.
Aww. Her name's Ayla?
Ayla.
All right, remember Ayla.
Also, the name of the best female Jedi, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Huh.
I'm a nerd.
Haven't heard of that one.
Star Wars Forever.
Yeah.
If you're checking, you
That,
can get out.
that is something. Yeah. Damn it.
God, I love Zuri.
Remember Ayla, where we're going.
We don't need roads.